Welcome to Murder and Everything Else. My name is Joy.
And my name is Cheryl. Joy and I are two very old friends who love to talk about murder and everything else.
I went to do some returns the other day. Surprise, surprise, guys. I love returning things because whenever I return something in my brain, I think, oh, they're putting money back in my account. But then I walked to another store and I spent more money than I had refunded to my account in another store. But that's a different story. But I went to the bathroom before I left the mall and I walked in and there was a receipt crumpled up on the ground. Now, remember when your mom would always say, don't touch things on the ground. They're dirty, right? Well, I always like to pick things up that I find on the ground. And I did. I picked it up and unraveled it and money fell out.
Some little kid's money who had been saving up for years
it wasn't,
to buy
I looked at the receipt.
herself a gift for her sick grandmother.
Yeah, she cut all her hair off to buy,
she donated her long brown
to buy for her husband a chain for his pocket watch, and he had sold his pocket watch to buy her clips for her long hair, and they showed up and she was bald and he didn't have a watch.
I want to know what you guys would do if you found money.
Anyway, let me just start by saying I find money all the time. Doesn't matter if it's 10 cents, a quarter, $5, $20.
That's how she's paying for her mortgage.
Secondly, if it had been $200 or $300, I would have gone to a manager and said, hey,
Hey, manager.
Here's some money I found in the bathroom.
And what do you think they would have done?
They would have said, thank you so much for being so responsible. If somebody comes back, we'll let them know. Because that would be a lot of money. Just like if you find a credit card, like I walked up to an ATM and someone had left their credit card in it and they were walking away and I went, excuse me, you're going to need this. And they were like, thank you so much. So I am very honest, but I will say that this was $5.
I know, but
so I pocketed it and I waited in the bathroom
I just want to say it could be somebody that was on food stamps and $5 is a lot of money
but
to
I
them.
Waited in the bathroom for like
just
10 minutes.
I'm just kidding.
Nobody came back for it. No small children crying saying, I've cut all my hair off to buy a pocket watch fob.
They're crying at home.
What is a watch fob, by the way?
It's a fob that's a watch.
Wow. You heard it first here.
I'm a genius.
It's a fob that's a watch. What's a fob?
Your key fob,
But a watch fob was before key fobs. So what's a fob, really?
Why are you asking me?
I'm just curious. Anyway, guys, always look around your surroundings. I always find money.
You too can steal $5 from a child that cut their hair and sold it.
On that note, I want to tell you that this week in the news, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were married at Madison Square Gardens in what I can only imagine would be described as a ginormous celebrity event. But in anticipation of their wedding, their upcoming nuptials, in the weeks leading up to their wedding, they donated $26 million to local New York City charities. And there's a list that has been published online, like food banks and things like that, which I have to say is very admirable. They're coming to New York. They're going to throw this big shindig. They're going to bring in celebrities by the gallons, and they're going to be tying up things like security and traffic and blah, 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 blah. And so they did what I felt like was a very admirable thing, and that is they gave back before their event. It kind of took me down this little rabbit hole of people who are giving. And of course, it brought to mind Mackenzie Scott, who is Jeff Bezos's ex. She's donated billions of dollars, billions to nonprofits and HBCUs specifically. So bravo to people out there who are giving. And also, if you're listening to this, you should consider giving. On the tail end of me claiming a $5 bill that wasn't mine, but I will tell you what I did. I pulled up to a stop sign and I handed it to a person standing at a stop sign. So there.
Oh, I love how she adds that in. If I didn't give her so much crap, she
$5. It was someone else's. So it became someone else's on the same day.
I have no interest in Taylor Swift, but I do give them, kudos for donating since they have so much money.
In other news, I just want those of you who have access to BritBox to know that the other Bennett sister, it's a 10-part series, and it's basically the origin story of Mary Bennett, who is the least known Bennett sister from Pride and Prejudice. And she does, the girl who is the actress does such an amazing job. It's so good. I'm watching it for the second time. And for those of you who love period pieces, it's coming back at Christmas with a Christmas special. So we'll get a little update on Mary Bennett. But it's so good. Mary Bennett was the wallflower. She was the not pretty sister. She played the piano. She was homely. She was not considered a catch by any stretch of the imagination. So it's great that they gave her an origin story. What say you, Cheryl Devine?
What part are we on? I'm so lost. You just talked for 20 minutes straight. What are we doing?
What kind of updates
Thank you. And
do you have
Don't
today?
complicate your day. Okay, I try to do an update that has to do with crime. I don't always, but I try to. So if anybody was following, did you follow that former Titans scout Blaze Taylor? So everybody seems to be turning to poison now to off their target. But a Nashville jury convicted former Arkansas State football player and Tennessee Titans scout Blaze Taylor on Wednesday, which would have been, I don't know.
Who names their child Blaze?
I think January 30th, June 30th, whatever. Of poisoning his pregnant girlfriend in 2023, killing both her and their unborn child because he didn't want the baby.
Oh my God.
So everybody's poisoning everyone.
I need everybody to hear this. I talked about it. By the time this comes out, this will be old news. But Kelsey made it to Hawaii. Yay for Kelsey Fendler, who, by the way, I talked about it before, Row with Kelsey. She made it to Hawaii last night. She arrived on Oahu with a time of 43 days, 17 hours, and 55 minutes.
That's incredible.
She shattered the record for the youngest person to cross the mid-Pacific Ocean. She departed from Monterey on May 21st when she was 31, celebrated her 32nd birthday at sea, was serenaded by members of the U.S. Coast Guard who were passing by in a ship.
Wow.
It was so cool. And guys, I watched her pull up to a pier, get off her little skiff of whatever it's called, little boat. And I never thought about this, but she walked like an old lady because she's been sitting down rowing the whole time. She hasn't really been up and moving her legs all that much. So she kind of was
not moving in a walking motion.
Yeah, she was rowing. Kind of, and she's been jumping in the water to like clean the hull and stuff like that. So she has been exercising her legs, but not like walking on a daily basis.
And all of that.
Yeah, it was almost like, they say you get your sea legs under you. Yeah. It was like she had to get her land legs back under her.
Right.
But anyway, guys, she was such a boss. Like, I mean, think of the isolation, 44 days of just being with your thoughts.
That you would go completely
I'd
insane.
Be batshit by day 2. Yeah. I would be. I'd be a nutcase. They'd pull up next to me, start singing happy birthday. I'd be naked. I'd be sitting in my own excrement. I'd be talking to myself, and I probably would have bitten off an arm or something. You would
have been screaming about pilgrims on the water.
That's right. My ship would be covered in barnacles because I'm not getting under the ship. I'm sorry. I am staying on the ship. First of all, you wouldn't even get me to do that.
It's funny because you're worried about the isolation. I told you that my nightmare is being out in open water where you can't see any land and it's just dark, open water. And you can get those huge sea swells. And I mean, I would be deathly afraid of being capsized.
Well, remember I said last week that she was part of a 4-woman team that did this
capsize.
called the World's Toughest Row, and she was the skipper, and they did capsize.
That's crazy. Okay.
And they were able to right the skiff.
But she wouldn't be able to do that by herself.
Anyway, guys, congratulations to Kelsey Fendler. I am so in awe of her and her amazing accomplishment. Anywho, Cheryl, you got a shout out for us?
I do. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to your friends, Chris and Doreen, who came over last week and we played games.
Yay!
I loved playing games, and I love Chris and Doreen. They're so fun.
They are. Hey, Chris and Doreen.
Chris and Doreen.
Ooh, and Chris sent me a jade plant, which I'm trying to kill.
Well, not trying.
Got to reach out to my friend Susan and find out how to care for it.
You can kill easily. It's trying to keep it alive. That's the challenge. But I'd also like to give a shout out to the Toy Story franchise, because we watched Toy Story 4 last night. And here's the thing. I think I've seen it before.
Trash?
But I thought I hadn't, because I remembered Sporky. I know it's Forky, but I remember the spork. I remember the antique store.
And the Keanu Reeves character.
Yeah, but then
when he was posing, that was so hilarious.
But anyway, it's such a clever Toy Story.
But it just kept going on and on. Yeah. What's he doing? He's posing.
It's so clever. It's Toy Story. The first one is one of my favorite children's or animated or Pixar or whatever movies.
Mine's WALL-E.
Yeah.
I love WALL-E.
They're it's so clever.
So clever. I love that the only thing that survived a nuclear wasteland where everybody had to leave, is a cockroach. That to me is so
My
genius.
nightmare.
And also I love the idea, because I feel like it's true that human beings are so wasteful and so disgusting that we literally ruined our planet and had to go fly out into space and live in a spaceship.
Yeah, I like that movie too.
So good.
But I think Toy Story, they're just so clever, and they have to think, when they thought of the voice box of how Gabby needs a new voice box, I just thought all of that was very clever.
Well,
anyway.
Conan O'Brien is supposed to be in Toy Story 5, and it's already come out, so I can't wait to see it. So we should go to the movies and see it.
So that's why we watched 4, was that so we can watch 5.
Yeah. Anyway, it's probably going to be out on streaming in 10 minutes.
We can watch it from our...
Anywho, guys, this week we're back with something super fun and super in high demand. What am I saying? Nobody's demanding it. But if in my mind, in our minds, if somebody were to look listen to all of our episodes, they would say, you know what would be great? I want to hear some more about what Joy and Cheryl, what their favorite things are. So way back in season 2, we did an episode of my favorite things. That was in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So, or something like that.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah. So we're back, guys, with more favorite things. We've got a whole new list. And what I'm going to do is just quickly run through a list of the things that Cheryl's favorite things and my favorite things from that episode. Cheryl's were eyebrow trimmer, rotating blow dryer, watching boxing matches, sunroof in car, dildo, movies, coffee, beach, pockets, and noodles.
Yeah,
okay, I just threw the dildo in for fun. Mm-hmm. And mine were violin, my car, my skincare routine, shoes, this podcast, kitchen knives, bed warmer, rice cooker, and my espresso maker. So guys, welcome to Cheryl and Joy's More Favorite Things. We're going to start with Cheryl, and she's going to tell us.
One of my favorite things is people who can't stop laughing. And so where do you see that in a lot is our bloopers.
And also little kids.
I love watching bloopers where people cannot be serious and they can't stop laughing. It makes me laugh so hard. So that's one of my favorite things, people who can't stop laughing. Not necessarily kids, more adults, I think. Joy and I, it's on the cutting floor, as they say.
cutting room floor.
But the cutting room floor, the cutting floor.
Where we will start laughing and
There's so many
cannot
times.
stop.
And we can't start
And then we'll look at
talking.
each other and just start laughing and laughing and laughing. And it happened more at the beginning because neither one of us knew what was going on.
Yeah, and I would try to read my document, and I couldn't. We would start.
It was like her
giggling.
first day with English, and we would just die.
Anyway, I cannot watch. Don't you love watching bloopers?
I don't really.
Really? I love watching
But I do
outtakes
love
and bloopers,
watching-
especially when it's a horror movie and it's supposed to be scary, and the monster starts laughing because they like tripped or someone said their line wrong.
I do love when little kids start laughing and then they can't stop, or like babies. Like there is this compilation of babies laughing, and it's so contagious because the baby, who knows what triggers the laugh? I mean, it could be like a dog running by, or it could be like something falling down and it startles the baby and then they just start howling.
Yeah, or crying.
But it's so funny.
Okay, what's your favorite thing? Number one.
Number one, my favorite thing is knitting. There is something deeply satisfying about turning a ball of yarn into an actual object.
That's
like
pretty cool.
socks or scarf or blanket. It teaches patience, creativity, and the important lesson is that if you make a mistake, you can take it out and fix it and start over again. So it's a really good like philosophy for life.
Wow, that was deep.
What's your next one, Cheryl?
I don't have any philosophical like references to my favorite things, but
Cheryl's second one is her diaper. Because if you shit yourself, you got something to catch it.
So, well, speaking about kids, Joy sent me this video of this. She's Vietnamese, or I thought she was Indian. She's got short black hair, and she's in a recital or something, and she is doing her own thing and making these amazing facial expressions, sticking her tongue out, pointing at the audience. And then at one point she looks over and she's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this routine with them. So she kind of shuffles on over to them. And there's this part in the song, it's like the break, the bridge or the break or whatever you call it. And it kind of da-da-da-da-da-da. And she hears it and she's like, screw this routine. And she goes off to the side and she starts doing her.
And Cheryl has memorized the choreography.
I can and her facial expressions.
It's so funny.
It is.
She also has this little pixie haircut.
So it's a
haircut. Combination
and
of her.
And she has a clip in it. The mother put a clip
of her face,
wearing pink,
and her hair.
I can watch that thing on loop, but it's not just her. There are other videos of a performance, and one kid, there's this one little boy, he's in the front, in the middle, and he is doing the choreography, but everybody else is kind of just really like not really doing it, and he is full out with feeling, just so freaking cute. I can't. It makes me so happy.
You know what's really interesting is I don't know why people act surprised, but children don't know what it's going to feel like to stand on a stage and perform for an audience until they're up there. So they're sitting in the classroom and they're learning a song, let's say it's a Christmas song like Deck the Halls. Then all of a sudden they get dressed up and they're in preschool or kindergarten.
And then they have all these faces.
And the teacher takes them up on stage, and guess what? They're smacked with their first case of stage fright.
Yeah.
So it's not like anyone says, "Oh, and by the way, you're going to be on a stage of like." It's not
the concept of that they're going to perform.
Yes.
I mean,
it's not intuitive.
Yeah.
It's not like they're just going to get up there and belt it out.
But I just love the natural inhibition of some of the kids. It's just like with any human being. Some people love the stage, the limelight, and others don't. So you have other videos where one of them is in the back on the floor crying through the whole performance.
Or just Frozen. My favorite one, I think I sent it to you. It's this little boy and he's standing there and he's holding his penis and he's just staring like he's been smacked upside the head, and he's like, I'm gonna hold on to the one thing that I know is gonna get me through. I mean, it's so funny.
No, I for me it's the ones, maybe because I was a dancer, I don't know, but I love seeing kids just break out doing. Well, like I said, that one kid was doing the choreography, but he was doing it full out with feeling. There's this other one where there's this little girl in the front and they're doing all the choreography, but she, just like that first one, starts doing her own thing, and she's in the front. She starts doing these monster, like thriller moves, and it's not that choreography at all. But she's like, I'm gonna take this opportunity to pull out my Michael Jackson moves. Have you ever seen that one?
I think I've seen that one. There's also the one, the little black girl who's doing the Aretha Franklin or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one.
She has attitude, and she has like the moves down, and all the other little girls are just staring at her, doing their whole like.
She was on like Good Morning America. She did all these. God. She did like a.
She's great.
Yeah. Anyway, that is one of my favorite things. I can watch it on loop.
So funny. I do remember when Ellen DeGeneres had her talk show. She had a couple of real like characters, and it was this one little boy who would go, Actually, it was
he the one that liked the presidents?
Yeah, and she kept bringing, no, that was the little girl who liked the president. She kept bringing this boy back, and
he would start every
would be like, actually. It was so cute.
So,
he was kind of chubby. He was like this little, like, he looked like this little Midwestern, like, farm boy. He was so stinking cute.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's like 28 now and probably married and has kids. And maybe he's telling his kids, remember to say actually. Anyway, on to my number 2. And Cheryl is going to just like roll her eyes when I say this.
You're gonna roll your eyes at my next one.
But I had to say that my second favorite thing is eggs. I freaking love eggs. And more specifically,
You just came back from Korea and said you were turned off by eggs now.
Okay, but it was just momentary because I love specifically hard-boiled eggs. I freaking love them. And I'll make like 10 of them and they'll be gone like 5 or 6 days later.
And she's the only one that eats them.
I love them. And I make them at work. And I feed them to the kids. I just freaking love eggs. I can eat an egg every meal. I don't know I can eat it in a soup. I can eat it on a plane, and I can eat it on a train, and I can eat it here and there. Yes, Cheryl, I can eat it everywhere.
You know what I like a hard-boiled egg with? I like to cut it in half and put shoyu and black pepper.
But I don't love eggs. She doesn't like eggs like I like eggs.
No, she loves eggs. But it's so awesome that your third or your second, whatever this is, was about food, because my next favorite thing is about French fries. A lot of people love French fries. People are going to be like, everybody loves French fries. I'm going to be more specific than that. I love going through a drive-through, getting my meal, and eating the fries in the car as I'm driving home.
When they're hot. I want to burn my mouth.
Because they're that hot. Like yesterday I got...
They're soggy when you get home.
No, I got Joy and I some McDonald's, and it was nice and piping hot. And after I paid, they had me move to the next window because they hadn't made it. So I knew it was fine.
That's
anyway,
the best.
But I love snacking on the fries while I'm driving home. It's just this small thing that makes me so happy.
You know what I love is dipping the fries in a milkshake. Oh, so good. What are your who makes your favorite fries?
McDonald's.
They're really good, those shoestring fries. But they have to be piping hot for me.
Yes, I mean.
But you know who makes a close second? Those freaking nacho fries from Taco Bell.
I've never had those.
They roll them in some kind of spice, and then they give you that shitty cheese sauce that's hot.
Like you get at
and you dip it. Oh, they're so good. Ooh.
That's
when I get to, if there is a heaven and I get there, there'll be fries There'll be that cheese sauce,
eggs,
eggs, and
Tabasco.
lots of hot peppers.
Tabasco.
And
But-
I won't have any stomach
But
problems.
here's the thing. I know I love McDonald's fries because I can eat it plain. I don't need anything.
Ketchup.
So
Me
that's
neither.
why in the car, because that would be too much of a mess. But anyway, I love it. I
So
love
good.
driving and snacking on the fries.
So good.
It made it to my favorites list of 2026.
Wow. My next favorite thing is period piece movies.
I can't believe that wasn't on your first list. Are you
Guys,
repeating?
No, it wasn't on my first list.
That's crazy.
A period piece drama just sets my heart at ease.
A flutter.
You know what it does? It reminds me that people have always been complicated through time, always romantic, always dramatic, and occasionally ridiculous. The only thing that I do sometimes think about is, so I do love the period pieces where we don't have to see what their latrines look like or what the kitchen situation was or how many people had the Black Plague. I don't enjoy that part. I want to imagine everyone smelled good, that their clothes were freshly laundered, that they were sitting and having cakes and teas and didn't smell like something disgusting. I also don't like to think about what it would be like if they had a heat wave in Regency, England, and you're wearing 35 layers, because imagine how awful that would be. Remember that? Did you ever see that movie 12 Years a Slave where
I never saw
Sarah
that movie.
Paulson comes out on the porch? And it was filmed in South Carolina because the filmmaker wanted it to be as realistic as possible. And you know, there's no air conditioning, and you know, and she comes out, and let me just tell you, right now we're having a motherfucking heat wave.
Yeah, we are.
Imagine wearing
12,000 layers of
yes,
clothing.
pantaloons, and Jesus,
And they
take the wheel.
They have to pull it real tight so you get a 12-inch waist.
corset, and you're coming outside to scream at, somebody about bringing you some water. You would, first
would
of all,
die.
you would have lasted maybe 3 seconds. You
Yeah.
would be in a lagoon being eaten by
I'd
an
rather
alligator.
Alligator, yeah.
I mean, could you imagine?
no, that's a joy. So
There's a reason why people died at the age of 40.
Well,
They self-combusted.
I have a question. I know you said they don't show the latrines and all of that, but what did they do for toilet paper, and what did women do for their menstruation?
Well, you know that the reason they say on the rag is they used a bunch of rags that they would wash by hand and hang up to dry. And then they would fold the rags and they would place the rags there that would be to absorb, your menstrual blood. And so that's why they refer to it as she's on the rag. And then also they had outhouses. So I imagine they would go to the outhouse.
How did they wipe themselves?
Probably use a cloth of some sort and then wash it. I mean, remember, that's why everybody was getting the Black Plague. Anyway, I just have to say that one summer when the kids were younger, we took them to Colonial Williamsburg. For anybody who doesn't know what this is, it's in Virginia somewhere, or Maryland, or DC. I don't know. It's somewhere up there. And it's an old timey town like that would have been in the 1700s, right? It's as like the buildings are like old timey, and everyone dresses in character. They have restaurants there and shops and everything. You can go in. And it was like 900 degrees. And there's these two women wearing all of their stuff, their gear, and they're standing in front of a doorway with like a little tray of something. I don't know what it was, but it was melted. And I walk up, and this lady's got makeup on, and she has like sweat running underneath her bonnet and her hair covering. It's coming down, and the lining of her bonnet and her collar and whatever else she's got on is literally like 16 inches of like soaked fabric. And I go, you must be roasting in that. And she goes, surprisingly cool, really, actually, because I'm wearing natural fibers. And I looked at her, I was like, bitch, shut up. I'm like,
you're like, the boss is on around.
I know. I'm like, you think I'm dumb? Like, you look like you're going to pass out at any minute. She probably had an air conditioning unit shoved underneath her 45 layers of skirts. She was wearing natural fibers, but she was still wearing like 600 layers.
I don't care. Yeah.
And I was wearing like, I think, I was wearing a doily on my body and I was schwitzing like there was no tomorrow. So,
oh my God.
Fuck her natural fibers.
Back to a happy place.
I know that in Bath in England, every year they have a Jane Austen festival, and it's on my bucket list someday to go and to wear a Regency era dress and have tea and go to the manor house and spend my afternoon penning letters that begin with "Dear Mrs. Bingley" and "Dear Mr. Darcy." And then I'm going to have Gabe like at dawn walk across the grass in
Gabe,
the fog.
did you know that you were
and
a
he's
part of
going
this
to
adventure?
say, I love you. And then I'll hear in my head, nee, 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 nee. And then that'll
I have
be
no
it.
idea what you're. I was going to ask, who are you taking? Because it's not me. Because period pieces to some people is
Like
joyful,
nails under
and
the
for
finger,
other people it's like torture.
Bamboo sticks under the fingernails.
Joy, back in when we worked together in the 90s, when we had VHS tapes, I got a bout of asthma where my voice came out in a squeak, and we were working in a call center, so I couldn't go to work. I was coughing.
She was pretending.
So Joy sent me home with her 4 tapes.
6 hours of Pride of Pride and Prejudice, and also A Room with a View. And I
started Pride and Prejudice.
It made her sicker.
3 times. Exactly. It was like, are you trying to make me sicker? I started Pride and Prejudice like 3 times, and I could only get 10 minutes in. And I'm like, nope, I couldn't watch it. But you do you, and you and Gabe have fun.
Not a romantic bone in her body, folks. She wants someone cutting out the spleen and selling it on the open market. Anyway, what's your next favorite thing, Cheryl?
I cannot believe this was not on my favorite things. Massages and chiropractic adjustments.
I thought you were going to say massages and happy endings.
No, if I were filthy rich, I would have my own massage therapist. Is that what they call them?
Just
now?
Following you around the house?
On call.
Oh, okay.
And someone to adjust my body on call. And I also love watching. I've said this before somewhere else.
She loves watching people get their back cracked.
I love watching them getting anything cracked. Anyway, I love massages and chiropractic adjustments. Can I get an amen out there?
Boo.
Anyway, that's my next one. Man, if I could afford it, I'd have a massage every week.
I like massages, but just as long as they don't go too
you
hard.
Don't like massages. She's like, don't touch me here, don't touch me there, don't go below this. She wants you to stand there and blow on her.
I want. Ooh. Oh, now you're talking. I'll be right back. Anyway, my next favorite thing is a thrift or consignment store. I can't believe that wasn't on my first list. Guys, the world's greatest treasure. Here's what it is. It's entering a museum of complete chaos, because anybody who has been knows that there's
you don't like chaos though. That's so interesting.
I know, but I love the thrill of finding something. The possibilities are endless. I love the idea that I'm giving something a second life. And also, some of the best shit that I've ever gotten has been from a thrift store.
I have to admit, she's brought me. Do you notice that all the dresses I'm wearing right now are the ones that you brought me?
Yeah, and when
Haunted
I went
or not, I've been wearing them.
And when I went to Korea, I only bought two new dresses. Everything else
3.
I got was consignment or thrift.
Yeah.
I got such good stuff, and I just love it. I got 4 purses, and 3 of them were used.
But not were they Prada?
I got 2 Prada bags that were used and 1 Gucci.
Yeah.
One that was new, but I'm pretty sure it's a knockoff, and one that I sent to a friend. I just love a thrift. Now, there are certain things I don't buy at a thrift store. I don't buy shoes because I believe that shoes have to fit your body a certain way unless they're brand new.
Right, because somebody's feet have already been molded. It's been molded.
Exactly. And also, I don't buy vibrators. But other than
Thank you for listening, everyone.
and don't. Anyway, what's your next favorite thing?
I felt a little sheepish putting this on, but whenever it happens, I'm like, this is one of my favorite things in the whole world. And it involves my dog.
When she puts her head on you.
When she, because Callie is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my eyes. I'm like a proud mother. But she does not like to be held by me anyway.
It's the Stockholm syndrome.
Let me hold her for a little while. She's not real cuddly. So whenever she does snuggle up to me, it is my favorite thing in the world. And specifically when she's lying against my back. So it's my back, her back to my back. I could die right there and be so happy.
Aww.
It is one of my favorite things. I had to put it on the list.
Cute. Well, as somebody that co-slept with babies, I can tell you that
the feeling of them up against
it wasn't just the sleeping, it was the nursing. There's nothing, I can't describe anything. The feeling of that, there's nothing like that.
It's incredible.
It was
giving life.
Yeah, it was like I felt like that's what I was made for. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. Anyway, moving on to my next favorite thing, rice. The unsung hero.
It's so funny.
I love rice. Cheryl talked about noodles in the last episode.
Sure did.
Guys, rice is the cornerstone of every fancy meal rice, comfort meal rice, snacky meal rice. Don't have any idea what's for dinner? Rice.
Mm-hmm.
Rice is literally, I have 2 bins of rice. One is Korean rice. One is jasmine rice. At work, I eat basmati rice. I just love rice.
Well, especially in Asian cultures, you always had rice. Yeah. You always had, it's a staple. Instead of bread or potatoes, you have rice.
Yep.
So we always had a pot.
Don't forget to wash your rice. And also, I love even making Mexican rice, I put corn in it. Sometimes I put chopped up cilantro, but it's so delicious. Mm-hmm. Got to shout out Maria for teaching me how to make that Mexican rice.
It is very good.
So freaking good. And when I make a pot of Mexican rice, I make a lot and it's gone. Like people love that shit. They just everybody in this house loves it.
Yeah. Well, and it's very moist and it's so good.
Moist. Anyway, what's your next?
And it's so funny because whenever you have like a food thing, I have a food thing. So my next favorite thing is chewy candies.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, gushers.
Cheryl
loves her a gusher.
Okay.
Cheryl loves her a carton of gushers.
I love chocolates. I love everything.
Skittles.
But Joy has this pantry of sugar.
It is not. There's literally
a pantry.
There's literally only Skittles in there.
No,
because she ate all the gushers.
She has a pantry of sugar, cookies, chips.
There's no cookies.
Excuse me, chocolate, and I don't always like. I don't. Those don't. I will have willpower with those.
I love chocolate.
But if she there's chewy candy in there, I cannot resist it.
I love
gushers.
I love Lindor truffles.
Well, wait, I'm talking about my chewy candies. I love gushers.
Chocolate squares.
Mm-hmm. I love gummy bears. I love Sour Patch Kids. I love Skittles.
Oh, you really like those Lifesaver gummies. And you also, what were the other ones? The Skittle gummies. Those are good too. Oh, and the Jelly Bellies.
Oh, Jelly Bellies.
Bellies.
She bought a Costco size bag of Jelly
You know
Bellies.
what's great about Jelly
and I
Bellies
think
is everyone
I
is
ate
a
it
different
all.
flavor.
Yeah. And it's the right consistency. I'm very much about consistency. So sometimes you brought chewy things home and they were too soft. They have to have some
Swedish fish are good too. Oh,
Yeah,
and those
Swedish
ones
fish.
from Trader Joe's. Those dolphins or whatever. Those are good. Remember?
That's a Swedish fish.
Oh, is it? Those were
Swedish
so good.
dolphins.
Swedish manatees.
Anyway, I cannot resist them. I can't. It's like they're too close and they're calling my name and I cannot resist chewy candy. It's unbelievable. And I can't just have a couple of them like Joy. She can have a couple of Jelly Bellies. I have to finish the
I
bag.
can have like 4 and then that satisfies my sweet tooth because I don't really have one. Anywho, my next one is something to eat as well. So I talked about my espresso maker.
Mhm.
It's a Breville. I love it. My husband every morning makes me a coffee drink, leaves it on the counter if I'm still in bed. If I'm not in bed, he makes me a hot coffee. But I struggle with finding a coffee drink that matches the one he makes me. And Starbucks makes a cortado. It tastes just like the one he makes me. So if I am not at home,
That's what you
and
get.
I need a coffee drink, the cortado is my go-to. And anyone who's tried it, it's just strong enough. It doesn't have too much milk. It's not sweet. It's not overpowering with the foam. It's just the perfect.
Just right.
It's just right. So thank you, Starbucks, for making the cortado. Please don't get rid of it. When I was in Seoul, every time I ordered a latte in a coffee shop, it was perfect. It was
Oh.
exactly what I wanted.
Not Starbucks, just coffee.
all these other like random coffee shops,
Really?
of which there were a million.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I will say that I appreciate a good coffee drink.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So thanks, Starbucks. What's your next one?
Mine is a complete, like, not even in the coffee realm or anything to eat. So, I mentioned this on one of our other episodes that I was binge watching I Survived episodes. And it's about people that survived. And then there was one lady talking about how someone it was her ex-husband, she found out later, that had hired a guy to kill her. And he came into her house. And she wasn't like whimpering in the corner saying, I'll do whatever you want. In her mind, she said, and I think she said it to him, you are not going to kill me in my own house. And this woman fought, bit him everywhere. Like,
Whoa.
she even, I think, got the knife at one point and stabbed him with his own knife. She ended up, they were grappling on the floor for like half an hour. They're like fighting. She's fighting for her life.
Wow.
She ends up asphyxiating him, strangling. I think she got on top of him and like strangled him, and she killed him. And I was cheering.
Okay, settle
So
down.
that's one of my favorite things. When someone not only defends themselves, but turns it around.
But kills someone else.
He was in her house attacking
Okay.
her. His mission was to kill her. So I find it just poetic justice.
I think towards the end he was
that
just
she
trying to
killed-
survive.
Stop it. So then later, the only part that she disappointed me in was when she started crying because she was like, I killed another human
Oh my
being.
God.
And I'm like,
heartless.
Joy, why do people, he went into her home to kill
the
her.
enormity of the situation would make her emotions release, and that's the crying. Not because she's weak. She was so strong.
Did
that
I
she-
say the word weak? Anyway, that's
All
one of
right.
my favorite things
Settle
is
down.
when women defend themselves.
and end up killing intruders. Great.
Yes.
So there we are. Okay, my next favorite thing is maxi skirts. I have to say,
Oh, that should be on
I
mine.
am having a moment with a maxi
maxi dress.
skirt or a maxi
Maxi
dress.
That's all
It is so nice and
Like,
comfortable.
comfortable.
And I used to only wear short skirts, like short skirts, because I
used to.
No, I have a lot of maxi skirts now, and I really love them. They're so you can make them casual with some tennies, or you can dress them up with a little pair of strappy sandals. Maxi skirts are having a moment.
I think they've had more than a moment. I love flowy dresses because they are so comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They're good when it's warm. If it's colder,
Yep.
you can tights, boots,
Yep.
sweater over it, and it looks great. I love maxi dresses and maxi skirts.
Yep.
I would prefer, so when I was going to Hawaii and I was going on a plane, I was like, I would really love to wear a dress because it's just so comfortable.
Yeah, but then you'd be cold.
But your legs would be cold, and it just...
I hate having cold feet and legs on a plane.
But it's just so comfortable. You don't have any waistband digging into your stomach and blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
We'll get some leggings that are squishy.
Squishy.
What's your next one?
My next one is, and I cannot believe that this was not on my first list. Sunflowers.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You love
one
a
of my
sunflower.
favorite things is sunflowers.
What about daisies? Don't you love daisies?
I love all flowers.
Okay.
But sunflowers always catch my eye.
What about flower?
Sunflower, yes. You ever see those sunflower fields where it's just like, oh my God. They're
what about
such
flour like bread flour?
The thing with sunflowers
The look on Cheryl's
is
face.
that they don't smell nice. They don't have any smell. But
And they have sunflower seeds.
But
It's like a
love
multi-purpose
the way they
flower.
look. But here's the thing. Don't everybody send me sunflower stuff because you know they were going to after listening to this. Even though I like sunflowers, I don't always like sunflower things, like decorations of sunflowers, like prints of sunflowers or sunflower tchotchkes, because they sometimes border on too country bumpkin type. I don't like that look. No shade to country bumpkin.
So for all the bumpkins out there listening to this,
they all unsubscribe.
That's the one unsubscriber.
But you understand what I'm saying? Sunflowers can be used in a certain look. And I don't like that look.
It's that country corner thing.
Yeah, it's like don't.
Hey y'all, come on down to the country corner. Just because I love sunflowers, like my sister-in-law back in the day, like 40 years ago, she loved bears. So everybody got her bear keychain, a bear crystal bear, a wooden bear by the front door.
I mean, she was like, enough with the bears.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I love some. I can't believe that wasn't on my first list. But anyway, it's on the list now.
My next one is linen. I love linen. I love linen clothing. I love linen bedding. I love linen everything. And the majority of the things that I picked up when I was in Asia, clothing, were linen.
Yeah.
It was affordable and well made and inexpensive and readily available. Whereas here, linen clothing is a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I don't mind. And because I love ironing, I don't mind ironing the linen. But you don't have to because it's going to be crushed anyway when you put it on.
When you sit down. As soon as you sit down. Hey, is ironing one of your favorite things?
I do love to iron, but it's not on my list. Maybe it'll be on the next episode. Anywho, what's your next favorite thing?
Well,
we're getting to the end of our list, guys.
2 more. So, in keeping with the fighting back and killing your attacker, I love a good revenge movie. So, for anyone out there, because I know there are people out there that
Did you ever see that movie Revenge with Kevin Costner?
No.
It's called Revenge.
Well, if anybody has seen the franchise I Spit on Your Grave, that is some gnarly revenge. But yeah, I do love a revenge movie. I just love it.
Maybe we'll do an episode where we talk about things we hate.
No, that's pet peeves. That's my favorite is pet peeves.
Yeah.
We've done one every year.
That's true.
Every season.
And we bumped it up so it's like literally the second episode every year.
Because I can't wait. And I keep a running list and I'm ready to go for the next one.
Oh God. Jesus, take the wheel. All right. My next item is my noise canceling headphones.
Oh.
Okay, guys. I talked about it previously, but I recently went on a long trip to Asia. There was a screaming kid on the plane coming back. And I'm not kidding you. As a parent, I felt so bad for his parents because he was a toddler and he was like, we're talking about 45 minutes of screaming.
Yeah.
Just and it was like 4 or 5 colossal meltdowns on a 10.5-hour flight, which if you were at home and you had a toddler that was throwing a fit, it wouldn't be as awful as being trapped on a plane.
Well, of course.
But you know what? I put my noise canceling headphones on and guess what? I couldn't hear it.
Abracadabra.
Yeah. It was like magic.
Wow.
And for all of those people traveling who didn't have noise canceling headphones or who were sitting next to this kid, like, sucks to be you because this kid was loud. This kid was 20 rows behind me and it was like he was sitting right next to me.
Oh, that's awful.
And I felt bad for the flight attendants. I felt bad for the people around the kid. I felt bad for the kid's parents. I felt bad for the kid because who hasn't been in a situation where their kid isn't freaking out? Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do if they're having a meltdown.
And don't blame the flight attendants or the airlines or the parents. The fact of the matter is like being trapped on a metal tube flying through the sky is not high on a list of toddlers like priority list. So cut people some slack. Okay, Karen? All right. What's your last one?
My last one I added in there because after Doreen and Chris came over, I was like, I love playing games. Yeah, really. Certain games. Certain games.
But if I go in your room and say you want to play Monopoly, she'll like, get out.
I said certain games. We played a bunch
Her favorite game is put the pole in the hole.
You're so stupid. Words are hard. We played a game called Words Are Hard.
So hard.
And let me tell you, words are hard when you're looking at the picture and you want to just Joy wanted to keep identifying the picture. You had to say a word that starts with the first letter
oh my God.
Of the picture that you're looking at. And she kept identifying
For someone with ADHD, the game was so hard.
It was so, but then you went on a roll, remember?
Yeah.
You're like, scorpion, table, fruit. Because we were all like, anyway, it sounds easy, you guys, but when you do it, you cannot think of words.
And words also rhyme time.
Hard. And I love rhyme time where you get, you flip over a word and it sticks and you got to go around the table and say a word that rhymes with that until whoever can't think of something has to take that card. And if you have the most cards, you lose. I love those kind of games.
So fun.
Yeah.
Well, was that your last one?
That was my
last one is classical music. Aww. Guys, I love classical music. I have a airplane playlist and it's all classical music. And whenever I start to have a little like feeling like I'm going to have a panic attack or my nerves start, I've talked about it before, but I've recently worked through a pretty serious phobia of flying. I just put on my noise canceling headphones and turn on my classical music playlist. And it's so calming and relaxing. And also sometimes I put it on in the car, especially in the wintertime when the weather's bad. And I just kind of got the blues because, I don't like winter. Yeah. I really, really do love it. As I get older, I find that I turn more towards classical music to relax, as opposed to, when we were playing games last weekend, I would like come to and realize we were listening to something really awful and it was always jazz. And I'd be like tapping my husband saying, could you skip this song? And he's like, why is it always the best jazz? And I'm like, for someone with ADHD, jazz is like, it's like somebody is having a breakdown while they're playing music. That's literally like, it's like my nightmare.
I don't like jazz. I don't like classical either. That would be my nightmare, is play classical music and make me watch a period piece.
Great. Anywho, guys, if you have favorite things and you want to share them with us, You
be
should
awesome.
send them to us. You can find us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook.
All
You
the
can
places.
also email us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com. If you do not reach out to us and send us your favorite things, that is a crime. But you know what else is a crime?
What's that, Joy?
That we are out of time.
That is a crime. Well, thank you for listening, everyone, and don't complicate your day. All creativity, commentary, and opinions in this podcast belong to Cheryl and Joy. Music composed and mixed by Gabe McKeon. Logo and merch managed by Cheryl Yamaguchi. Podcast editing, advertising, and social media managed by Joy McKeon. Legal representation provided by John Vojezic. Please like, subscribe, follow, and listen. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Audible.com, Amazon Music, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. And remember, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok, or you can email us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com.
Bye, fishes.